All right, so in this video, we're going to go over the process for assigning your students to their elective choices. Okay, notice I didn't say enrolling. This process is just for basically integrated electives, and how do you assign those to your students so they only have access to the ones that they selected. Okay, so here I am in the ninth grade homeroom, and I'm logged in as my test student now. So I just want to show you quickly what this will look like for everybody who is a student. So right now, my teacher hasn't assigned me to any electives, and it's week 2, and I go into my choice here for science elective. And if they have not been assigned to anything, they won't have access to either of these assignment lists. Okay, so watch what happens when the student tries to click on it. They're just going to get bumped back to the calendar. Okay, same thing. Again, I'm a student. If I go in and try to, oh, I want to do this course, man's best friend. Oh, they got bumped back again. Okay, so the reasoning for this is that these two options are now held within these 2 pages. Okay, so let's go over how you then edit those pages to assign them to your students. Let me log back in as myself. And I'm going to go back to ninth grade. Here we go. Okay, so there's a few ways you can do this. The most obvious way probably is going to that elective, clicking on the page. As a teacher, you should be able to pull up the page. Okay, now that I'm here, if I know exactly which of my students want to take this elective, I'm going to go to Edit, and then I'm going to assign those students to this elective page. Okay, notice down here, this sort of new feature of Canvas is it says assign to, and then there's a box here. Okay, right now the only student who has access to this elective is my test student. Okay, but you can add any student here as long as they are already enrolled into the homeroom. Okay, so you'll see there's a short drop-down menu that appears, but if you just start typing a name, let's say I'm going to do my other test student, which is student 2. You see as I start typing their name, student 2 pops up, and I can just click on it. And you see now how student 2 is assigned to the bugs task list. You see that my test student appears in the list, right? Okay, so now I can just click save. You may see a list of other sections for other teachers. You can just ignore this. Just click continue. Okay, and now you'll see that my task list for bugs is assigned to student 1 and now student 2. So let's verify that. Let me log in as student 2 really quickly. Just so that you can now see what your students should see if they were assigned to an elective in the homeroom. Your student goes back to the homeroom. They click on week 2, science electives. And we assign them to bugs, right? So if they click on the bugs link, there we go. The student is assigned to the page, so now they can view all of these links. Clicking each link will take them to that assignment in the proper course. And again, the assignments will be placed in the correct course. That means you don't need to transfer grades between courses or anything like that anymore. Really quick, let me go back just to show you, since I've only assigned them to bugs, this man's best friend option is still, watch, they're still locked out from that one. And that's what we want, right? Is we only want them to have access to their chosen elective option. One more thing, to save time, let me go back into the homeroom for ninth grade. Here we go. So you can, if you've talked to your students about the integrated options, you can actually assign all of these today. Okay, so the one approach I showed you was you can go into the elective button and then individually, go into each page. Hopefully you've created a list or something where you know which students want which option. But you can actually access all of these from one screen if you click on assignments. So within the homeroom, all of those pages exist as an assignment. Okay, so there's the bugs page, which which I assigned to student one. Here's the man's best friend. Here are the session 3 electives. Session 4, let me make sure these are in the right order. And session 5. Okay, so if you have gone through with your student and talked about the electives and you've recorded all their choices, you can really just open up all of these at once and basically assign your students into their electives for the entire semester. Okay, so I have bugs here. Again, the process is just click edit and then assign each student name. Here's man's best friend. You notice the other ones, the links are not created yet. Okay, but that doesn't stop you from assigning the elective to that student. Okay, so I do recommend that you do it all in one shot. Even though the links are not there yet, those will be available really soon. Okay, and this should also exist for 10th grade integrated. So one more time, to do this, click edit on any of these assignment lists. Remember not to touch any of the content or the links here. We don't want to break any links if they do exist. All you guys need to do is go to assign and type out your student name. Make sure that you select it actually so that it becomes a gray button. And you also have the ability to remove a student. You see the X here. And you can actually do multiple students. So if you have 4 students that need this elective assigned to them, you can do it all in one editing session for that. So here I can add myself, okay, and as many other students as I need to. And then remember just to click save and ignore the list of teachers. Click continue and you're done. Okay, hope that makes sense. Just shoot me an email if you have any other questions. Thank you.